65.7. Those of you that watch my channel have seen me do countless speedrun videos with my different RC cars and trucks. And originally I started off doing speedruns using a cell phone as my GPS. Obviously this has its drawbacks, could be quite expensive if it breaks, and mounting a cell phone can be a little tricky. They do work just fine, however. Then I moved on to the Milan Mini M3 GPS. This little GPS here is just about perfect for a basic GPS. You can attach it to just about any RC car. It's light and it's accurate. Two problems with it, however. The refresh rate is quite slow, and that's problematic when you are only at top speed for a fraction of a second. It might not register your true top speed. And that's where my brand new GPS should be a huge improvement. And I have the Navihood L4 GPS here, which is this unit here. You can see it is a little bigger than the M3, but it packs a lot of features. And not only should it have much quicker refresh rate, and we'll test it here shortly, but in addition to that, the M3 struggles on cloudy days sometimes getting satellite connectivity, and Navihood tells me the new L4 is much better than the M3 in that regard. So that's going to be a huge advantage as well, assuming it tests out as well as they say it should. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you what comes with this GPS. I'm going to show you the app that comes with this GPS. It has a lot of functionality in here, a lot of different menu systems, and you can go in and really get a lot of different values that'll show up on display. There's 4 different sub-screens. You can do, of course, speed, average speed, temperature, but a lot of other things. This is really geared towards bicyclists and has a lot of features that are more suited for bicycles, but I think it's also going to be a solid GPS for RC cars. So let me go ahead and show you this thing in a little more detail. Real quick, I got to give this guy some attention. Come get your pets, Cleo. Yeah, there you go. Oh, shoot, none of that. Get your pets, buddy. There you go. Good boy. Yeah, get them pets. All right, that's enough of that. He'll draw blood. So here's the box for the unit. You can see this is what the display will look like when it's on. As far as what does it come with, obviously it has the instruction manual. I'm not going to go into detail on this, but it's easy to read, and really help you guys out when you need to figure out how the app works and all the features. It comes with a USB-C charging cable, a bunch of mounting hardware, mainly suited for bicycles. Here's the unit itself, and it's really nice. Again, in comparison to my M3 GPS, it's definitely a little bigger, but it's still fairly compact, and I'm really looking forward to getting this thing out and using it in my RC cars for speed runs. Now, one other thing I will say about this M3 GPS, it's been extremely durable. This is my second one. I did break one when I hit a pole at like 60 miles an hour, over 60 miles an hour with it. Broke the screen. The unit still worked, but the screen was no good. Full throttle. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I hit the one pole. This thing has taken more abuse, but I think that's it. I think the screen is shattered. Navihood says this one is quite strong, so we're gonna go ahead and definitely test that. This is gonna flying off the car, and it's gonna take a lot of abuse. Before I use it, however, I'm gonna go ahead and put several layers of clear tape over the screen, so when it does fall, the road doesn't tear up the screen. That's what I've done here on this Milan unit, and it served me very well by putting tape on there. If it does get scratched up, you just pull the 3 layers of tape off, and the screen's been fine every time. So definitely the way to go to protect these, because you don't want to you know, tear up the screen on your brand new GPS unit. So I'm gonna go ahead now and load this thing up and show you the app and just some of the basic features it has. And then I'm gonna go ahead and test it out actually doing some speed runs in my RC cars. Now the flicker you see on the screen is just from recording. You don't see that in real life, but I'm gonna go ahead and open up the app, which is here. Here in the app, I'm just gonna go over some of the most basic features that'll pertain to using this in an RC car. And this is only the second time I've used this app, so I'm not very familiar with it, but it should be pretty straightforward on how to set up the GPS. So what I'm gonna do here is go ahead and click on my L4 unit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go to the page configuration. It allows 9 different setups, which is really nice. I have the road cycling one set up for my speed runs, and as you can see, the primary screen here is the speed, but you can go in and adjust each of these to select how you want them to show on the GPS. So I have the max speed here, which is the most important one for my GPS runs, but I could choose from any of these. I could have you know, the slope, the average speed, a whole bunch of different options. The next one down, I have the distance active. I'm gonna fool with that a little bit and see if I wanna keep it, but maybe I'd want temperature. That's a nice function for speed runs as well. I have the active time selected as well, which I think will be useful for speed runs. And then lastly, we have the odometer selected. For speed runs, it's real important to know how far you've traveled because you want to maximize your distance while not exceeding the range of your transmitter and receiver. So that's how I'm choosing to set this up for my GPS. Now what I may do is set up the second profile to also have max speed, but perhaps I'll keep the distance active on that one. So I have option 1, and then I can quickly get to a different option with option 2. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out tomorrow morning and I'll continue the video then. Stay tuned. Now historically, the M3 has really struggled in cloudy conditions getting a satellite lock. We'll see how it goes here. I'm assuming this other one will do better, but we'll give it a minute for them to connect to the satellites. Cloudy days do not do them any favors. It looks like we have a lock on the Navihood, and we do not have a lock yet on the Milan. I'm gonna go ahead and do a run just to see, maybe it'll connect on the way down there. I do need to make this record. There we go. I think we're good to go now. And we're registering top speeds. Still nothing on the Milan. I'm gonna try not to go too fast today. These tires aren't cut out for high speed. Now I lowered this truck, which looks like it's helping the handling a little bit. I have a low performance battery in here, so probably not the fastest it's ever gone, but that was moving pretty good. There we go, 63.4 miles an hour, but unfortunately I still don't have a connection on the M3. I avoid taking this out on cloudy days just for that reason. I really wanted to connect though, because I wanted to compare the refresh rate on these two units. So that's really unfortunate that it's not connecting. I'll go ahead and clear out. The L4 here. See if they're both connected or still nothing. Wow, that sucks. But it is what it is. Do one more run here. truck coming the other way, so hopefully I can get a quick run in here. .7. Okay, we are getting a reading on the M3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and accelerate up to 40 or 50 miles an hour and then let off. And we'll see how the refresh rate affects that. So I'm accelerating, slowing down, and let's see the speed difference in the two units. 13 versus 24. Look at that difference. Let's go a little faster this time. And slowing back down. So what I'm simulating here is if you're doing a speed run and you have to let off the throttle, maybe you don't have enough distance, enough range to go full speed, whatever the case might be. 43 versus 13, that's a huge difference. And that's the problem with the M3, is the refresh rate is too slow. You really got to keep it at top speed for a while to get a good reading out of it. All right, let's try this again, but I'll go up to a higher speed. 42 versus 28. Gosh, it's a huge difference. We go a little faster this time and see if that helps. I'll max it out. And the Milan is having issues. It's just not getting good connection in these clouds. So that's the problem. I don't really take this thing out when it's cloudy for that reason. If we do another run, it'll read well below 69. And it's really easy to tell when it's not giving you accurate readings. Now this truck will start getting a little slower on each run as the battery's getting depleted. Plus it's really cold out here. I did pre-warm the battery, but it's probably starting to cool down a little bit. Oop, I'm out of range. Full throttle. Yeah, the Milan's just a mess today. 35 versus 63. And you can see these speeds are real consistent. They're coming down, you know, as you'd expect them to. There's a car coming, so just did a mid-speed run. Look at that. The Milan is all over the place. Cloudy days not mixed well with that Milan. But when I get a true top speed, it'll probably be around 62 miles an hour on this run on the L4. Easing into it. .63 even and 46 on the Milan. So frustrating. And that has frustrated me beyond end. When I've come out here on days, it takes a lot of time to prepare for these speed runs. And when that Milan's acting up like it is now, I wouldn't be able to do my speed runs. I'd be out here and I've wasted a couple hours of my day between preparation, getting out here, fooling with it, hoping it'll read. Yeah, it can be infuriating. There we go, 62, and the Milan is thinking 56 for whatever reason. Go figure. I can't help myself. I'm gonna do one more. And a 61.8. The Milan's still thinking we're in the 50s for whatever reason. Sorry for the wind noise out there. It was quite cold, but I really wanted to get this test done. And unfortunately, I couldn't compare the refresh rate of the two GPSs, but I clearly showed how much better the L4 is when it's cloudy out. There's no rain forecast today. These clouds are not that thick really, but this one just can't get good signal through it. And you could see the speeds were clearly, they just weren't even close to being usable. The L4 worked flawlessly. So a huge thank you to Navihood for sending me out this L4 GPS. Can't wait to use it more in future videos. And this is gonna be my go-to GPS. I might still use this on clear days if I wanna back up the numbers I'm getting from this one, or if I have a car that might be real unstable and crash, because obviously this is more expensive than the M3. But there you go. Definitely more content coming on this in the future, and I will do another test on a clear day to compare the refresh rate. But I already know you'll see a significant difference, and the M3 might cheat you out of a little bit of top speed unless you're able to keep going full throttle for a couple seconds to let this get your true top speed. When it's clear, it's accurate, but it's you know, maybe refreshes every second or so, where this I believe is about 5 times a second. So that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching. Definitely check out Navihood's products, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.